I can become a dominant organic brand, sponsored brand. I can literally take over the entire niche.
So like from the so I have a lot of different thoughts around Amazon, and a lot of them are just like, my own theories and like my own thought process. But like
Sure.
when I look at it, like what percentage, I'm just curious, like what percentage of sales do you see typically come from like the organic, getting in the algorithm side, and then like the paid side? Like, do you have to have the paid component to really win on Amazon if you're going to go the Amazon route?
So yes, is that answer. You do have to have a paid. When you have it, how much you have it is probably more important than having it at all. See, people would argue, PPC is another large cost that you have to take on that will not make Amazon profitable. But when you recognize, obviously, organic search is a big component of the engine that is in that algorithmic platform. And by the way, it's one of the top 3 search platforms outside of Google and YouTube for people to search on a product. Okay, it's just like top search engine, right? For products, is that understanding that the avatar that's going after that product, why are they there? What are they looking for? And how do I make sure I get in front of them organically? But more importantly, how do I make sure I dominate the visibility of that brand inside the system? And that becomes PPC. So with Amazon's PPC, sponsored brand, sponsored ads, which has videos, the DSP network, if you want to go that far, is available. But sponsored brand and sponsored ads are usually where we go. Because we can get there and dominate and become the brand presentation using a simple equation. Familiarity plus similarity equals trust. I can leverage a brand new brand on Amazon no one has ever heard of, leverage their entire trust, platform, delivery, and visibility of that brand in the system, and leverage that trust, even with no reviews, to get people to buy my product and trust it more than the other products that are in the marketplace, even if they have more reviews. So then I have to buy a little and make and innovate, okay? A very great product. Like, you cannot just put a cheap Chinese piece of junk in the system. And that's where some of the fallacies of that argument earlier about it not being profitable are literally falling backwards to what kind of product were you selling, or where did you get your knowledge and information from in terms of saying it's not profitable. And then you find out it's a lot of cheap crap that they're trying to peddle off. It's not actually a great product. Okay. So you got to build a great product. We're building with the end in mind. So we're not just putting cheap junk out there. So then what happens is, as they purchase that with trust and authority through Amazon, and they get the product delivered, and they're like, this is a great product, they'll leave us good reviews. They'll buy more of the product. They'll become brand driven, right? And this is where we get our advantage above the Chinese sellers and the other sellers in the marketplace. So yeah, you have to have PPC. It has to be a part of your dominant strategy. When you receive PPC in Amazon in terms of a traffic and strategy, organic will reciprocate. It's the only place you can buy traffic and rank traffic on the internet. I can't go to Google and pay for AdWords traffic and rank my AdWords link or rank my, an organic search on top of Google's search. But I can do that inside of Amazon. So I can become a dominant organic brand, sponsored brand. I can literally take over the entire niche.
So you're saying that the sponsored helps your organic. So the more paid side you do of it, it just feeds into the organic, and then it's kind of like now you're just becoming like just a snowball effect.
It's a pendulum swing. So inside of Amazon, there's this thing called unit session percentage. It is what's the DTC world's equivalence of conversion rate. Okay. And so that unit session percentage has to meet certain metrics. Okay. If you're below 10%, you're never going to reach page 1. And if you do, it's only for a short time while you do some kind of marketing activity. And the moment that marketing activity stops, your rankings fall off the first page and you disappear. And at that point, you're penalized by the algorithm because it figured out what you were doing. If your conversion rates are between 10 to 15%, you can get up to page 1, but you won't break into the top 5. Other marketing activities will get you there on organic, but you're still going to be struggling to keep that position. And the minute you start slowing down some of those other activities, you'll see your ranking start to go down. Above 20% on listing conversions, USP conversion rates inside of Amazon, you will stay there organically. Your PPC, what's called your A cost, average cost of sale, or your TA cost, your total average cost of sale, is an inverse relationship to your conversion rate. Your organic rankings will go up, your T cost and A cost will go down to a point where once organic reaches a level of control in the system for page 1 and the keywords you've targeted, I can shut off my ads campaigns. And then when necessary, I can bring them back on to push organic back up to the top and then shut them off again.
That is so, That's so intriguing to me because like the fact that you can get it to a certain point and then kind of like you said, pendulum swing, and you're getting that organic up, and then you get to the point where either you shut it off or it's a lot, your advertising is a lot smaller. That's really powerful. Right. You can't do that anymore.
Will go up higher, and then you'll see your organic return go up and sales go up, and then your ACoS will go down. It will level off. If you're doing a great job with a good product with good profitability, you'll be below 15% ACoS. You can even get down to low as 10% during certain times of the year on average. But you can even turn that off later on if you want to. Okay. We have tested this. We've given real world examples to our people because, again, we're selling in the market where we showed them for 2 months. We shut off our incomplete ads for all of our products to spend about $40,000 a month on one business, one campaign. And we watched it, documented it. Everybody was like, holy crap. Why? Because our listings were at the top conversion. So when people argue PPC is expensive against Amazon, what you'll typically go backwards, and I'm probably giving too much away in this conversation, but you'll typically go back and figure out their conversion rates on their product sell.